Alleluia, 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 Alleluia. Let your face shine upon your servant, and teach me your laws. Alleluia, Alleluia, Alleluia. The Lord be with you. And with your spirit. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Glory to you, Lord. Great crowds were traveling with Jesus, and he turned and addressed them, "If anyone comes to me without hating his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Which of you, wishing to construct a tower, does not first sit down and calculate the cost to see if there is enough for its completion? Otherwise, after laying the foundation and finding himself unable to finish the work, the onlookers should laugh at him and say, 'This one began to build, but did not have the resources to finish.' Or what king marching into battle would not first sit down and decide whether with 10,000 troops he can successfully oppose another king advancing upon him with 20,000 troops? But if not, while he is still far away, he will send a delegation to ask for peace terms. In the same way, any one of you who does not renounce all his possessions cannot be my disciple." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Great crowds were traveling with Jesus, St. Luke reports to us. Yes, they were traveling with Jesus, but how many people in these crowds were following him? The Lord's response to the mass of people with him seems to indicate that at least a few were following something else, something they thought about Jesus, but which was not really him. Beneath this scene, something else is going on. In fact, what is going on here is the same thing that occurred to our first parents in the Garden of Eden, and the same thing that the Lord experienced when, after fasting for 40 days in the desert, he was tempted. Like Adam and Eve, and like Jesus on the Mount of Temptation, Jesus is now undergoing another attack on his identity, only this one is more covert. He says, "If anyone comes to me without hating his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple." Why? Because these relationships are evil? No. God made these relationships, which point to the relationship between the three persons of the Blessed Trinity. But we so easily make idols of these relationships, or any good created thing, and then they become gods for us. These gods that we make of otherwise good relationships or good created things become evil for us because they prevent us from carrying our own cross and coming after Christ. And Jesus Christ will not be separated from the cross. The cross is why he was sent from the Father to become one of us while remaining God. Christ's identity is forever bound up with the cross, and so the subtle temptation of those who travel with him without carrying the cross with him is like the serpent in the Garden of Eden, or the tempter on the mountain in the desert of Jericho. If Christ's identity is bound up with the cross, then so is that of the Christian. If we depart from the cross, we are not following Christ, even if we seem to be traveling with him. Great crowds are traveling with Jesus, but are they carrying the cross with him? Are we?